Hey everyone, today I'm here to make one of my favorite comfort foods, Budae-jjigae, or also known as Korean army stew. I love this dish because it's cheap, easy, and tasty. Serve with some rice and kimchi, and the stew is great for sharing with the family. Originally named juk or piggy porridge, army stew was first created during the Korean War out of necessity during the famine. Since then, it has evolved into an international phenomenon that delights taste buds from all over the world. If you're interested in why I chose buldak as the ramen and how it relates to the origins of the stew, go ahead and read the quick history lesson I've pinned in the comment section below. Now that you understand the history of the dish, let's go make it. Very important. If you don't want kidney stones, please get the low sodium version of the sausage and spam. Otherwise, this stew would have enough sodium to last you the entire week. I saw my dad experience kidney stones when I was younger, and that became one of my worst fears. If you don't like spam or sausage, just substitute with your protein of choice. I know a lot of people dislike spam, but gonna be honest with you, that stuff is gourmet to me, especially after a quick sear. Personally, no Korean stew is complete without tofu. I'm just gonna use half a block, otherwise my pot won't be able to fit everything. I personally like firm tofu more in stews since it's harder to fall apart when boiling. Just chop them into small cubes like this and we're good to go. Army stew is usually made with plenty of mushrooms, but I really only like enoki. Big juicy mushrooms make me gag, and that's the beauty of making this stew at home. Personalize it based on your own tastes. In kimchi-based stews, I love to add some fresh pork belly. After a quick sear, the pork flavor really elevates the taste of the broth. I like to cut them up into bite-sized pieces like this. And there we have it, a nice plate of protein and mushrooms. Feel free to add more vegetables than I did. I just wasn't feeling healthy today. Next up, let's prep some roughly chopped garlic. And for the scallions, we'll first prep one stalk chopped into longer pieces like this. Then, we'll finally chop another as garnish. Here's a quick look at all the ingredients that we'll need for the soup base. Let's start off with a bowl of equal parts sugar, Korean chili powder, and freshly ground black pepper. Add a tablespoon of soy sauce as well as a tablespoon of mirin. Generously sprinkle in some MSG for that delicious umami flavor. The secret, in my opinion, to making great Korean stews is to add some fresh miso paste. Next up is the dreadfully sticky gochujang. I tell myself every single time that it'll come off the spoon easily, but I always end up using my fingers to get it off and making a big ol' mess. Add in the chopped garlic and give this a nice uniform mix. Nice and simple base for our soup, done. For the ramen, I've already explained in the comments on why I like buldak for the stew, but there's so many different buldak flavors. Which one should you choose? Personally, I like to use the stew type since it already has a sauce packet that adds great flavor to my army stews, but really any kind will work. I just like to avoid the 3x spicy unless I'm in the mood to shit my pants. We'll keep the sauce packet I mentioned earlier, and I'm going to toss the flavoring pack because that's just too much sodium. And that's it. That's all the prep work done, so let's get this on a stove and start cooking. Cooking the stew should take about 15 minutes total, making it such an easy weeknight meal when you're tired after work. We'll start by giving the pork belly a quick sear to develop flavor and a nice golden crust. Once both sides are crispy, remove them for now and we can give the spam a quick sear as well. This should take about 2 minutes, and once that's ready, push it to the side and we can add in our tofu and sausages. Reintroduce the pork belly back into the pan. I like to place these ingredients in their own little section of the pan so it looks cooler when serving. Add some kimchi in the middle of the pan, and then we can pour in our homemade army stew sauce. Don't forget to add the buldak sauce packet as well for an extra kick. Drop in the larger scallion sections, and then slowly pour in some low sodium chicken broth along the sides so we don't disturb the nice setup we have for our ingredients. Give it a gentle stir in the middle to help the sauce distribute, then we'll pop on the lid and let it slowly come to a boil over medium heat. About 10 minutes later, the pot has reached a rolling boil. The This is a great time to add in our tteokbokki as well as our instant ramen. Slap a piece of American cheese on top, or if you want to be bougie, sprinkle some mozzarella or parmesan and sear it with a blowtorch. Gently lay the enoki mushrooms along the sides and let this boil on high heat for about 2 to 3 minutes depending on how firm you like your ramen. Finally, garnish with some finely chopped scallions and let it reduce to your desired level of soupiness. Like hot pot, you can serve this over a portable stove to keep it hot while you eat. If you're not burning the roof of your mouth while eating this, you're doing it wrong. Pair this with some rice and kimchi and you've got yourself a proper feast. Please, go make this for yourself. You won't regret it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.